Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today we're going to be bringing you the 10 hidden features for the Galaxy Tab S2. So, we're going to be going through it step by step, or you can look at each video separately. So let's get right down to it and find out the best hidden features for your new tablet. For our first hidden feature, we find it under data usage, and this is restrict networks. Now, restrict networks is a really easy tool to be able to not auto download certain apps when you're in really slow Wi-Fi locations. So first you go to data usage, more, and then you tap restrict networks. Now this is exactly why you would want this. When you restrict the network, basically you tell your tablet not to download large files under these certain Wi-Fi networks. Now, prime example is if you have your Google Play Store updates be automatic. Well, you don't want them being automatic when you go into a Starbucks or an AT&T Wi-Fi or a Google Starbucks. Why? Because it'll be too slow and you need to sign in anyway. So it's going to attempt to do something that it can't do. And if it can do it, it'll be very slow. So this is a prime example of why you would want to make sure your networks are restricted, and you'll have a much better experience with your tablet and won't ever have any kind of lag or hesitation when it's doing something that you don't really want it to do. The next two hidden features can be found under the Galaxy App Store under Galaxy Essentials. Now, this is a first, and I'm not sure why Samsung decided to launch it on here, but it is called 3D Capture. 3D Capture is a really bizarre app to have on a tablet, especially when this is launching on a tablet before it ever launches on a phone. Now, the idea behind this is that you go 360 around a person or an object, and then from that, you get an entire 3D render of this object, and you can move it every which way. Now, I have tried it with my fiance a couple times, and this was the results we got for me. So it's not perfect by any means, but it's just a really cool fact that they put this in here, and it's built in from Samsung. So you can see certain parts get really messed up, but again, it's just a really interesting thing to be able to do. The head really gets messed up, but just a really overall interesting style of having right away. Now you do have a nifty editor too. The problem is that I honestly don't know how to do 3D graphics. So I am useless in trying to figure out, okay, well, do I want to smooth this? I mean, my nose looks kind of like I got punched really hard. I'm not really sure on how to do this. If you do, however, of course, then you have a good advantage. You can look at different things, make the lock on the viewfinder, and have just a lot of things over it to kind of really texturize everything and make this a much better experience. But when you start it, you have to go around the entire object, and you do want to hold it steady. So this is just a really interesting feature. And again, I thought it was very interesting they put on a tablet. This is not yet on Samsung smartphones, but it's first on the Galaxy Tab S2. Now, the next hidden feature also comes from the Galaxy Essentials, and this is SoundCamp. And this app has been around for the past 2 devices out on Samsung, but I feel that really people still don't know about it, and it's a great hidden feature. What it is a free Samsung audio studio, basically. You can create and perform music and do everything that, say, a GarageBand could on an iPad on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S2. Now, when you open it up, you get treated to this right here. So you have drums, keyboard, looper, sampler, and audio recorder. You can also download plenty of other ones. So if you go under more apps, you can see there's just so many add-ons, from adding iRig to adding better synthesizers, all this kind of things that I know nothing about. But just from a quick demo of trying it out, I did see the drums and how they work. That's my attempt. And then you have the keyboards. This is one keyboard app. This is the one that comes with it, but you can change it. That's all I can do. All right, then for the looper, I thought this was pretty fun because if I could do something very basic, I think anyone could create a huge thing with it. So I went under real hip hop, and then I literally just started adding things to it. Let's clean this off a little bit while this loads. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, you can kind of do with whatever you want. So I'm gonna hit that up, hit this. And you can see you can just create something pretty nice. Let's go there. So you can do these really cool things, and you can kind of create all these different effects really simple and easily. You can record, you can add in things, you can do a lot with it. I just really like all the stuff you can do with it. And then you can even do audio recording, hook up an external mic to it, and then just kind of go. Let's just go California Love and Tupac Forever. Bam. So then you just go like that, play it, and then let's add some reverb in it. Got some reverb on there. Throw some delay instead. Let's do that. So you can kind of mess around with it. Obviously, very basic, but it's really cool just how in-depth and clean looking this really looks. And it looks very professional. So I would definitely recommend it to anyone that really wants to do some fun recording with your Samsung Galaxy Tab S2. Again, I'm not an expert on it, but the fact that you can connect things through iRig and a lot of other things through here really seems impressive to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Now for the next hidden feature, it's called Directional Lock. Now you might think there's only a few ways to unlock your device, but you probably don't know the hidden way. And that is under Lock Screen Security, under Lock Screen Type, you can actually see the different types of lock screens you can do. Swipe, pattern, pin, password, fingerprint. However, there's one that's not shown on here that is in a hidden menu. And you access this by going to Accessibility and then Directional Lock. Now, because of my job, it does not allow me to show you this on here, but I will show you this on another device that has the same feature. So under Directional Lock, you literally create a Directional Lock combination. 4 to 8 directions, so I'm just going to go like that. You hit continue. Then you create the same one. And then you create a backup password. So we're just going to do the very secure password, 1234. 1234. It's kind of password an idiot puts on his luggage. You have that, and now you're all set. So now when you turn off your lock screen, you can now do this immediately. So let's go ahead and go to that. And you'll see under my lock screen and settings, I now have Directional Lock. Oops. Nope. Reset. Confirm. So you can now see I have Directional Lock, which I wouldn't have had there before. Now, when I go to lock screen settings and show it instantly so that I have my power. And there you have it. That's how you do Directional Lock, which is a hidden lock feature on the Galaxy Tab S2. Now for the next hidden feature, I call this baby-proofing your tablet. Now what this feature really is, however, is the ability to have interaction control. So we get this by going to the accessibility menu, and then we go under dexterity and interaction, and then interaction control. From here, what we can actually do is by pressing the home button and the volume down key, we can actually set it so that nothing can happen to this tablet. We can even set a time limit on it. So if we want to put someone in timeout, for instance, we can set this mode, and unless they know this button sequence, they don't know how to get out of it. So it's a great way to put someone on timeout. Or if I know that I had a kid and then my kid would try to get it from me, then this would be a perfect way to do it. So you go under any screen. It just can't be the home screen. So you can go under settings, you can go under my files. Let's go under my files. And we're just going to hit the home and volume down. And then we are going to block the whole screen, click done, and I can't do anything. I can't hit the back button, I can't hit the home button, I can't hit anywhere on the screen. It does not do anything. The power button, oops. I guess I didn't turn the power and the volume keys. But you can turn those off too, and so that literally nothing you do works until you hit the home and power down. Now the only other way to get this done is basically by holding the the power and volume down and hard resetting the phone after it's like normally frozen. That's the only other way you can get this phone to be unlocked from that mode. So it's a really great, interesting way of doing it, and lock and interaction is really simple and easy. All right, that is the hidden feature that makes your phone baby-proof. All right, the next hidden feature comes from the keyboard, and it is called text shortcuts. Now, what is this feature? Well, it's simple. That when you put in language and inputs, and then you go to the Samsung keyboard that comes with this device, you go to customization. Under customization, you actually have text shortcuts. What this allows you to do is actually create shortcuts based on things you type a lot. So whether it be emails, phrases, anything you type, it can be added here. And then once you have that down, you can simply just go to your keyboard, and then when you tap the thing, you can immediately see that, oh, it knows my shortcut for that. Or I can just type another one and it can go right there. So you can see it fairly easily and simply, the fact how convenient this can be for just being able to get a shortcut to phrases you use a lot. Now it can be used with any numbers or letters in your keyboard. So it's a really great simple feature that really saves you a lot of time, especially if you write certain phrases like addresses, phone numbers, email addresses a lot. It's really simple and easy to do. For the next hidden feature, it is called Direct Access. Now, Direct Access can be found under the Accessibility menu, and the really great part about this is that this can save you in terms of certain features. My favorite feature is saving you battery life. So Direct Access from Accessibility, you go right here, and what this does is it allows you to tap the home button 3 times, and then you get certain things. You can get your voice assistant, you can get your universal switch, magnifier window, negative colors, color adjustment, interactive control, which was another hidden feature. My favorite though is grayscale, simply because if I want to save battery life, I can simply hit the home button 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So now my entire screen is black and white, which will save me a tremendous amount of battery life. This can essentially pretty much double your battery life just because it's not using color. So when you don't need to use it, or if you're reading a book, for instance, or if you're outside and you don't really need the color, this will save you a lot in terms of battery life just by not using any of the color pixels on your LED screen. And just hitting it 3 more times brings the color right back. So it can be used very easily and very simply just by going to Accessibility and Direct Access. Now, the next hidden feature is a great one for those of you who don't want apps running in the background, and this is called Auto Stop. Now, Auto Stop can be found in the Samsung Smart Manager that comes with your tablet. It does come with most tablets, obviously the Wi-Fi version, but obviously some carriers can disable it. So if you don't have it on there, it's because your provider took it away. So if we go under Smart Manager, we go under RAM, and you can see that all these apps are running in the background. Now, I have personally started all these apps, but if I end them all, I can of course get rid of them all and save a lot of memory. Now, RAM allows you to do multiple things at the same time, so you always want to have easy access to it. However, this comes with a great feature, and that is Manage Apps. Manage Apps allows you to auto stop every app that runs in the background. So when you hit it, you'll actually see it says is that it will stop this from running approximately 10 minutes after it's running in the background. So what this does is it frees up your RAM and cache, just basically making your phone a lot faster than it normally would be. So it's just simple, easy to use, and it won't slow down when your apps are running in the background. So this is rarely good for that reason, because I don't want all these apps running in the background, so I pretty much auto stop everything that I don't need to run in the background. Now keep in mind, if you do this for, say, email or Facebook, well, then you won't actually get the updates till you open the app up. So you don't want to do it for every app, but for apps that you don't need to be constantly reminded of, this is a great solution for that. Now the next hidden feature is a great one for saving battery life. This is called auto power saving. Now auto power saving can be accessed by pulling the screen down and holding down power saving. From here, you can simply turn it on or off, but more importantly, you can actually tap Start Auto Power Saving, and you can set this mode to immediately start at 5%, 15, 20, or 50. I would recommend starting it around 20 or 15 at the very least. Now you can start it all the way at 50 just in case you really do want to conserve battery life. But what this will do is it will reduce screen brightness, maximum CPU performance, frame rate, so it slows down the screen so that your frame rate isn't being used so much. This can affect certain videos and gameplay, so keep that in mind. It turns off the backlit keys on your screen, under the buttons, and it really just helps your overall device perform better for longer battery life. So if that's what you're looking for, then you definitely want to use auto power saving. Now the last hidden feature is a really great one, and one that I recommend that everyone use. Last hidden feature is auto restart. Now auto restart is a great feature for every tablet user to use. Let's explain what it is and then why it's so great. So you go under backup and reset, and then you go under auto reset under device management. Now why is this so good? Well, it's because to make your device run at optimal levels, you really want to restart it once a week. Now, you may forget to do this, you may not have time for it. So, this actually does it for you. You just simply turn it on, set or auto reset time and day, and it can be any day of the week at any time you wish, 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. or anything when you're sleeping, I recommend. Now, the great part about this is it will not happen while your device is in use, while your battery power is more than 30%, and while your SIM card lock is off. So it will only restart when it's not in use, when your battery power is less than 30, and it's just a really overall great ability to have happen. So to auto reset your device, and then it will simply just make it so that your tablet will run at top performing speed. Now, I think this is a great feature and one that I recommend that everyone use on their tablet so that your tablet runs at the top performance it possibly can. Alright guys, those are my 10 hidden features for the Galaxy Tab S2. Hopefully you did like them. If you did, please give a thumbs up down below. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.